life begins to really, really change. And it can only change when you come to that state when you die. When you come to that place when you die. So I'm gonna read. Let me get right into this. I'm gonna read this right quick. This is 1Peter 2:9. All right, listen. It says, I'm gonna read 9 to 12. Yeah, 9 to 12. I'm gonna read 9 to 12. And it says this. It says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye shall shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which wars against the soul, having your conversations honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify God in the day of visitation. Check this out. He's telling us how to live our life when he comes back. If Jesus was standing in the midst of us right now, listen, how would you go about serving God? How would you go about worshiping God? Would your life reflect? Would he be able to look at you and say, I know her. She's a worshiper. I know him. He praises me. But see, a lot of times our lifestyle, and listen, I ain't going to point out nobody. I don't like doing that when I like preaching. I like to put my business out there. I like to be transparent. Because I live that life. I live that lukewarm life. And I'm telling you, I went for years living, living godly when I'm in church. Then outside of the four walls, my life was saying something else different. Come on now. I'm just being honest. And listen, the first thing, write this down. The first thing to have the identity of Christ, death has to take place. Death got to take place. And this is what I mean. For death to take place is you have to be dead to your emotions. When you look at the life of Jesus, when Jesus was carrying the cross, when people were spitting in his face, when they pierced him in his side and put a crown of thorns on his head, guess what? I never seen a reaction from Jesus. We never got a reaction. Why? Because he was dead. He was a dead man. And see, a lot of times, man, while we come and we're frustrated, and because things ain't going right in our life, because we ain't dead. We ain't came to that place where you say, okay, Lord, listen, if somebody right now cut you off in traffic, you ready to go off on them. Listen, I tell people that you hear this saying all the time. You say, actions are louder than words. Well, I don't believe that. Your reaction tells you who you really are. And this is what I mean. Who's ever woke up out of a deep sleep and you walk to the bathroom and you hit your foot you stepped on something in the middle of the night, or you hit your foot on the corner of that dresser, and then you say something, you be like, God, you know what I'm saying? You be so mad. You know what I'm saying? That's your reaction. And see, a lot of times, man, you can tell when someone has died by their reaction.